Overthinking is this sneaky form of self-sabotage. It often pretends to be intelligence, right? All that endless analysis, the desire to make the perfect choice, replaying conversations. But honestly, it's rarely about true insight, it's usually about control. When we're uncertain, our minds try to think their way to safety, but the ironic truth is, the more we think, the less safe we often feel. Psychologists actually define overthinking as a repetitive, unproductive thought pattern that focuses on problems instead of solutions. It's like your brain is stuck in a broken record, replaying distressing events over and over. Research even shows this chronic rumination can skyrocket your anxiety and depression because it traps you in emotional paralysis. Your mind becomes both the prison and the prisoner. At its core, overthinking is fueled by fear of regret, rejection, or just plain uncertainty. When we don't trust ourselves or the future, we start running all these mental simulations. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if I choose wrong? These mental rehearsals feel productive, but they're not. They're just our brain's way of seeking certainty in a world that guarantees none. As Seneca said centuries ago, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Neuroscientists have linked overthinking to too much activity in what's called the default mode network in our brains. This is the part responsible for introspection, but when it's unchecked, it just loops endlessly through worries. Harvard studies even found people spend almost half their waking hours lost in thought, and guess what? The more the mind wanders, the less happy it tends to be. Overthinking also loves perfectionism. We tell ourselves we'll act once everything is figured out, but perfectionism is often just procrastination in disguise. Waiting for clarity before acting means we might never move. True clarity comes from action, not hesitation. You don't think your way into confidence, you act your way into it. So, how do we stop when our brains just love to worry? First up, awareness. Notice when your thoughts are just looping without actually leading anywhere. Label it, I'm ruminating. Remind yourself that thinking harder won't magically make uncertainty disappear. This simple act of thinking about your thinking can really interrupt the spiral. Next, try grounding yourself. Overthinking lives in the future or the past. Bring your attention back to the present. Take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the details around you. Mindfulness practices are proven to reduce rumination by training your mind to stay in the now, where problems are often more concrete and solvable. Another fantastic tool is decision-making with limits. Give yourself a set amount of time to analyze a choice, 10 minutes, an hour, a day, and then commit. Good decisions don't require perfect information, just sufficient reasoning. Action, even imperfect action, creates feedback that thinking alone never will. Finally, cultivate self-compassion. Overthinkers often hold themselves to impossibly high standards, seeing every misstep as proof of inadequacy. But mistakes aren't failures, they're data points for growth. When you respond to your own uncertainty with kindness, your mind doesn't feel the need to defend itself with endless analysis. It can finally rest. The funny thing is, overthinking is driven by a desire for control, but you only regain control when you release the need to control everything. Life is inherently uncertain. The goal isn't to eliminate doubt, but to move gracefully with it. So, the next time your mind starts its what-if marathon, pause, breathe, act. Remember, peace doesn't come from knowing every outcome. It comes from trusting that whatever happens, you'll handle it. Thank you so much for watching today. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out.